Good morning, and as I record this, Inter and Barcelona are playing out yet another epic. I don't think the Arsenal Paris Saint-Germain game will be quite so entertaining as this one tonight, um, but it will be one that will have me on the edge of my seat and very nervous, certainly. Arsenal obviously will face an uphill task tonight in Paris. There's no question about it. Lost 1-0 in the first game, deserved to lose. It wasn't a great performance in that game, and it's left Arsenal trailing in the game. And, they are going to have to go to Paris. They're going to have to score and they're going to have to win this game if they want to make the final. That is obvious. And, while I'm on the obvious, Arteta and Rice today in the press conference talking about the need for courage and belief, and they're absolutely right. Of course they are, but it's fairly obvious again that is what's going to be needed. And as I say, we can't play like we did in the first leg if we expect to win. I did a video yesterday talking about sort of what needs to change, and I think those things are true. Arsenal will need to see out that first 20 minutes. Paris Saint-Germain will come hard at Arsenal again, no question about it. They will play with speed and intensity, fluidity in those first 20 minutes. It's going to be 100-mile-an-hour football, and Arsenal are going to need to see it out. If they do, they might quieten down the crowd a little bit, particularly if they can nick a goal. And I think that's going to be absolutely crucial. If Arsenal don't score first tonight, then I think the tie is over. So I think that's going to be absolutely crucial. And I think Thomas Partey's return is going to be really important to that. This is not to sort of criticise Mikel Moreno, but he and Rice haven't played together as much, and I think you could sort of see that, particularly in those opening minutes. Sort of very reminiscent of Kivior and Saliba when Kivior came back into the side, just slightly too far apart, created that little bit of extra room for Paris Saint-Germain to work the ball through, sort of in those early exchanges. And while Arteta made slight tweaks in the game in terms of tactically to shore that up, that was an issue. And I think Partey's return, that will be much easier and much better from the start. But Arsenal are going to have to switch on from the start. They're also going to have to attack down the wings. The wide play is going to be really important. Their fullbacks will leave space. But I think the crucial thing is going to be, and this I think is where we lost the game, the centre of the park. I talked about the relationship and the gaps that they left between Moreno and Rice at times. I think the physicality there that Partey and Rice is going to have to bring, and that running from Rice, we saw it against Bournemouth again at the weekend. It's going to be absolutely crucial. We lost that battle hands down in London last week. We have to win it in Paris if we're to win the game. And I think Mikel Moreno's return is also going to be crucial. I think he'll add that physicality up front and allow Arsenal to get the ball in the box, something they sort of missed last time. Dembele apparently is going to be fit for Paris. They're going to be probably unchanged. And I think Arsenal will make one change from the last game. Trossard will drop out to the bench with Moreno coming in. And I think that's the right choice with Partey into midfield. It also gives Arsenal extra option from the bench. Trossard very good from the bench. Ultimately, I think Arsenal are going to lose this one 2-1 on the night. But let me know what you think as always. I'll speak to you soon.